I have the honor to introduce some of the members of Parliament right now, and it's interesting because as an American commentator, members of Congress don't like it when I introduce them. But I don't know very much about your members of Parliament, so they're kind of going to get the nice bios, gentlemen. I actually do know them because I've been able to interview them. First, I'd like to introduce a member of Parliament and President of the Canada-Israel Parliamentary Committee, David Sweet.
Thank you very much, and thank you to all of you who have taken the time and, of course, worn out the derriere muscles in order to make it here from all over. It's just fantastic to see you. The only regret I have is that I'm not riding with you. My motorcycle's here, but my parliamentary responsibilities will keep me here. I'm going to try to catch up with you on Saturday, and certainly the Major, who you heard from earlier, is going to make sure that Sunday morning that I ride in the National Memorial Ride to honor our own vets. So I want to thank you for your efforts, and I want to mention something else quickly too. In August, we're going to be riding in the Correctional Officers Motorcycle Ride in Toronto, and that's to raise funds for bursaries and scholarships for the children of 40 correctional officers who died in Israel and on their way to Carmel to save convicts in a prison. And they were able to save the convicts, but they were consumed by the fire that was threatening the prison, and they died. And so I hope that on all the charitable rides that you do, that you'll maybe check the Jewish National Fund's website about the Correctional Officers Ride and maybe get a chance to go out there and raise some funds for a very worthy cause for children who are going to be growing up without their parents because they were doing a very noble task in Israel to try and save those who were incarcerated. But let me welcome you officially on behalf of the Canada-Israel Interparliamentary Group, and let me just say this. We've had over the last few years 2 international parliamentary conventions on combating anti-Semitism. One was in London, one was here. And parliamentarians from all around the world have seen the rise of anti-Semitism in their communities, in their schools, on university campuses, in our cities, in our provinces, in our country. And I want to honor you first for riding to bring memorial to those who died in the Holocaust, Yom HaShoah. But I also want you to remember that a big part of what we're doing is remembering the lessons. And the Holocaust happened because racial hatred got to such a fever pitch that someone was able to get away with annihilating a number of people that's absolutely mind-boggling. And now we have leaders internationally, like Ahmadinejad, who are actually saying and threatening genocide today. Continue to be vigilant. I just commend you and thank you for your vigilance, one-on-one in our communities, on your rides that you're memorializing, but also remember to tell your friends, colleagues, that we have to remember those activities that happen in our own communities, those anti-Semitic activities, those crimes of hate, and make sure we subdue those, because that's what leads to this extraordinary human travesty that we call the Holocaust and the genocides that we're talking about today. God bless you. God bless your efforts.